You know what I mean? A pillar in the community, man, an inspiration to many and plenty. Marv
What's up?
O'Connor. What's up, baby?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me, man.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you
You
here,
already
man.
know. I appreciate it, man.
I'm gonna start this thing off with a little story. It started back in South Philly, Broad, Oregon. There was this kid, this guy named Stan. I used to play basketball with from Passion Projects, and he brought this kid into this community center. He said, "Hey, we had to go get him because, you know, y'all undefeated. Y'all like 5-0, and y'all crushing these guys." So I said, "What are you gonna do?" He said, "He's a scorer." I said, "Whatever." This little guy looked at me and said, "I'm about to give y'all 40 and 50. Say like 15, 14. Stan said, "Yeah, but he can score, Wally." I said, "Whatever." I said, "I'm gonna do the thing to you." At the end of the day, I had about 18, 10 assists. Teak had about 35. This little joker right here named Marvin O'Connor, he had like 45 on us, man. And he shot at least 2 jump shots. I said, whoa, where did you get him from, Stan? He said, "That's family." We kept him in the top. Dion Pop played with y'all.
Yeah.
Rudy played with y'all.
Okay.
A few other guys played with y'all. And it was just a fun environment, man. And at that time, I knew right there, I said, whoa, we got something special in South Philly.
Yeah. I mean, that was about the time that I was coming into my own a little bit, you know. I was really extremely local. What I mean by that is I was only known in like a 2-block radius.
Okay.
I mean, in the projects and in the projects only.
Okay.
We didn't really get out much. And as you know, where Passion is located, it's kind of separated from the heart of South Philly.
Got you.
You know, so I mean, I actually didn't even meet guys from downtown until I went to middle school, there and all like that, and Drew Bostic and Eddie Burns and them guys. And I actually met them guys in the middle school. But like I said, bro, I was extremely local. I mean, guys in a block or two over knew I could get busy a little bit. And I mean, but it was just like in our own community.
Now, coming from Passion Project, was it anybody that you emulated the game from out there, or you looked up to and said, "I got to take these moves, I got to take this, the way he does this with the left hand on the right hand"? Was it somebody like that?
Well, I don't know about moves, but the grit. I mean, public housing is a little different, man.
Right, it's the trenches.
It's bottom of the barrel.
Yes, it's the trenches.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? They'll take your Halloween candy and let them. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
It was the grit, that I probably took from a few guys. Trying to big dog me, 13, your body,
right.
You thin, you frail, and they just trying to house you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got a little bit grip from some of my old heads that went to Southern and played for Bach. And, and they tested me every day.
So let's go back. Your Veer days. Who was Marvin O'Connor at Veer Middle School?
I was pretty good, man. I was an awesome student. Always been an awesome student first.
Okay, I like that.
But from an athletic perspective, and you could probably, like I said, talk to like a true boxer. I always could play. You know, Vera didn't have a team though, so we didn't have middle school. So we played, in the yard or at gym, and that was pretty much it. And back then AAU wasn't popping, and I didn't play in POW in the leagues. I didn't have those resources. The finances to get the Gus team and up north and all like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I literally played in the projects or maybe a PHA league where we might travel to Bartram Village or might go down to Gon or whatever like that. You know what I mean? Them jobs was a little dangerous though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You out past school, man. You're like, man, I don't know if I want to play. I want to get back to the bus because it's dangerous out here, man. But yeah, I mean, like I said, man, extremely local, from a name perspective.
So, now you're here at Veer. Question a lot of people want to know. I did a survey. How did Marvin O'Connor get to grad from Veer?
Well, I think one of the things that happened was, I talked to my mom about possibly going out of the neighborhood. Dealing with the neighborhood, all the little nonsense coming to play. You might got past Shunk Wilson, 21st Street going to war with 24th Street. So you kind of deal with that So I kind of wanted a clean slate. I didn't want to take that over to Southern or over the Bach. We got a problem with 7th Street or 5th Street, and that it just comes with the territory.
Right.
So you got that part, and I think I could bang with the best of them as a complete nobody. I don't know what I was thinking, right? But as a complete nobody, I said these guys won a national championship. You know what I mean? I think I'm in their class. I don't, you know, that's confidence at its finest.
Right.
So I roll the dice. And I take the number 2 from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
And I get off at 1800 mark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I try my luck. You know what I mean? That's even when I even met Rel Stokes.
Okay.
You know, I didn't know him prior to that. You know.
Okay.
And he took me under his wing. You know what I mean? Bring it from the end. You know, put me on some things, man. But yeah, it was just a straight up roll of dice situation.
And that's how you got the grants.
And that's how I got the grant.
Just a roll of dice situation.
Crazy, right? So I got cut. So I get cut. Dang.
You get freshman year, you
I get cut. Say, you want to play JV? I'm like, Dad. I'm like, Mr. L, I gave out gas at the
Mr.
tryout.
L, who's Mr. L?
Coach Ellaby.
Oh, Mr. Ellaby, yeah.
Coach Ellaby, man.
Yeah.
I said, Coach L, I gave out gas at the tryout. Like, what was you looking at, dog? Like,
right.
What tip you on? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? But he thought I needed, you know, to more so humble myself,
Okay.
you know, tone it down a little bit.
Mhm.
Because it's really the first time I played really organized basketball and understanding how to play the game and the nuances of the game instead of running up and down all the herky-jerky. I know about spacing and floor balance and all. I learned that at 18th and Hunting Park. So it was a blessing for me. Now, in that year, in Gratz played Southern came up to the Bulldog country, you know, quite naturally, you got cooked, you know what I mean? But I was at the game as a spectator. I said, dang, hey, what you doing, man? Like, you up here in the stands, right? You could come home and be a part of something special. I'm like, Andy, I don't know. These guys sending people to North Carolina and guys is getting SAT scores. These guys going to class. I said, I'm going to stick it out. It was an easy thing to do to roll. That's easy to do. I'm going to go back. I mean, you know, Coach don't like me. You know how we get. Coach don't ain't feeling me. North Philly guys acting crazy and all that. Now I can go back down South Philly in my comfort zone, and I know I can score with the best of them.
Right.
You know, so, but it take a lot of heart and courage to hang in there. Because then now on the flip side, I'm a sophomore. Very limited role.
Wow.
Very limited role.
Now, who was the starters at that time?
So at the time, quite naturally, we got the 18th and Dickinson's finest. Rel Stokes.
Yeah.
We got Brian Samuels at the time from Diamond Street. We got Big Art Dorsey from 17th and Erie.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Chester Watson from down Lehigh and some other guys. So I mean, if you listen to the names, they're not, besides Rel and Brian, they're not really notable names.
Right.
So we got me. We got Jared Kearse, we got Eric Hood as a 3 sophomores, and we, like I said, we playing a very limited role.
Right.
But when you got trust, see, that's what we had back in the day. We had trust in the coach. You didn't question the coach the way they do now.
Wow.
I had trust in Coach Ellaby, and I left that joint third all-time leading scorer in Gratz history behind Brian Short and Rasheed Wallace, and I played 2.5 seasons. You know, so it's just a testimony that if you just hang in there, you know, you got confidence in yourself, things can happen for you. Jump ship. People jump ship quick, man. You know, the young kids jump ship quick, man.
Yeah.
And so it's a good situation for me, man.
So what inspiration did Terrell, you said 18th and Dickinson finest, give you? From being from South Philly, going up there already, you know, I know he took you under. What was some of the things that he told you and taught you how to handle this environment? Because, you know, you're a South Philly kid, and then you got this, how can I say it? You got this big light on you, like, they're staring at you. Why is he here? My guy from this neighborhood can be getting those minutes, getting those touches. Why is he getting these minutes? Why is he getting those touches? What did Rel say to you while you was there? Because, you know, it was a big program at that time for Simon Gratz.
Oh, no question. Well, one of the things that Rel brought to the table, and he get criticized a lot about this, especially down the end, because Rel is not a super talented guy. he doesn't play basketball based off his talent.
Right.
But he is extremely smart, man.
Right.
You know,
That-
so I was a talented guy.
Okay.
You know, but I didn't use this up here because, like I said, I just really learned how to play organized basketball the right way, and how to share the ball and you know, depend on your teammates and play help defense. I just learned that just now. You know, so he brought a defensive stability that I never had, and he taught me even how to attempt to play defense. You know, because he's a defensive specialist.
Right.
And again, the hood don't really respect that.
No,
you know what I mean? You ain't getting 25 and 30. You know, but that's a shame that you know they view him in that light. Because any basketball player know he's one of the few people that could dominate a game without scoring no points, and that's just who he was. That's just who he was.
Wow. I got a call earlier. Friend of yours, Jared.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you was just mentioning him. How was the relationship there at Gretz with you and Jared?
I mean, we went from being me not knowing him at all to being like a small time rivals. And what I mean by that is you battling for position in here.
Gotcha.
And it's just competing, and that's some things that the kids don't know how to do. They don't know how to compete. To being one of my best friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think what we did together, this tandem with our size and ability, I don't know if Philadelphia's ever seen that, regardless of era. You know, whether you go back to the Pooh Richardson days, you normally had one really strong point guard and a mediocre two.
Yeah.
Or you had a super good two and a mediocre point.
Right.
But when you got these two guys, and this guy's 6'6" and 6'4", and these guys get up and down, understand the game the way they do, man. I mean, Littell said it to me, man. He said, there's no balance tandem backcourt that I've ever seen as good as you guys. It's either one is much better than the other, but you guys had the balance.
Right.
And that's why when we sat at the table and signed letter of intent to the Big East, you understand why. Because we brought something to the table.
Now listen, let's go there with the letter of intent. When you was getting recruited out of Gretz, right?
Right.
Was Nova your first choice, or did you have other choices?
I had quite other choices. I cut a lot of them down because I was like a homebody.
Right.
My father was sick at the time.
Okay.
And in the middle of my senior year, he eventually passed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but that was one of the things that keep me home. You know, I don't want to go out, you know, the West Coast or down south and leave my mom. You know, it's a tough time.
Right.
So I said, well, I'm getting recruited by everybody in the city easily. I'm gonna go to the biggest program. What I thought is the biggest program will get the most exposure in the city. So I chose to go, you know, up the main line.
Now, you just hit the campus. You're going to the gym. Who were some of the guys that just said, hey, come go with me, I'm going to show you the ropes around here? Who were some of the guys?
Well, I'm going to tell you, prior to that, to me actually enrolling, I went up in the summer, and Jason Lawson actually was finishing up. He had a couple classes to walk down the aisle. Okay. And he put a little bug in my ear on how this thing worked. And how to, you know, stay focused. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a 93 cat, man, came out with gangsters, man. 6'11". Yeah. Lead the, you know, league and block shots, and I really respected him and Al Williams and what they brought to the table. Right. Tim Thomas was on his way out. Yeah. You know, he's a guy I know really well. But yeah, man, Jason Lawson was one guy that pulled me to the side and kind of give me an idea on what this is about. More importantly, from an environment standpoint. Okay. So now I went from, I went from the bottom of the barrel of public housing to one of the richest areas in Pennsylvania. Right. Whoa. Roll up. Right. Oh, what's this? You know what I mean? So yeah. So it was a little culture shock initially for me. But I'm like a salamander, man. I could blend in, man. You know. Okay. And it was good, man.
So give us like a hint of how your first year went at Villanova. On the court and off the court.
It was rocky for me, and just merely because I was just learning the business aspect of college basketball. So I'm coming here. I just left this loving family up there, 18th Street, and And now I'm coming into, this is about business.
Okay.
So it had nothing to do with me, or had nothing to do with Howard Brown and Malik Allen and them guys. This is about wins and losses. And I didn't understand that. And you know, a lot of people that went to Gratz, who came from that family, because that was a family that we had up there, struggled with the business of college basketball. So you come in these arenas, and you come into these new environments, and it's not about you, bro. What can you give me on the night in and night out? Did you go to study hall? Was you in class? Y'all practice at 4, playing leave at 9, and it's like, yo, this is a little overwhelming for me.
Right.
So it was just about me, and it ain't got nothing to do with me. This is bigger than me.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to understand that, you know. So so my play on the court was a little rocky, inconsistent because of it. Didn't know my role.
Gotcha.
You know, that's that whole thing. And I'm one of them guys, man. I try not to make excuses for myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't nothing they did. You know, it was something maybe I could have did a little bit better.
Right.
But I knew I had to get out of there.
Wow.
I knew I had to get out of there just because there was a few guys that was ahead of me. That was only one class ahead of me. I was a freshman, couple sophomore guys from over Jersey. Great guys could shoot the ball, play the motion offense real good. That ain't really my thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, called Johnny H up. Rest in peace, Johnny H, man. Called him up, and I said, you know, I gotta get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he helped me with the process. You know, because you can't really talk to other coaches while you have the universities. So he called Phil for me, and Phil said, man, tell Maine, man, we'd love to have you.
Wow.
Just keep your grades up. Don't do nothing crazy, because we can't transfer him in if it's grades. Not a problem. And we made that happen. You know, I ain't gonna lie, the season started in November. I was trying to roll by Thanksgiving, bro. I was trying to get up out of there by Thanksgiving, man. And I, you know, I rolled it out, and I made the transition. Ended up being the best move I ever made.
So, Pop Champ, family. You named the guys Jared and a few other guys.
Right.
You took it from Rel, as you say. Rel brought you in, family. Jared and those guys, family. Coach L, family.
Right.
Now we go to Villanova. It's business.
Business.
It's business. Hey, I'm not feeling this. So you get out. Now we at St. Joe's.
St. Joe's.
Wow. St. Joe's, we here.
Yeah, we on Hawk Hill. She Bay just rolling.
Uh-huh.
Which is cool because I can get my number on my jersey back. You know what I mean? Thanks, She, for leaving when you did. I needed my number.
He was here last week. He was here last week.
If I go there and when he there, I can't get my number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I need my number.
You need your number.
It is what it is.
You need your
what I
number.
mean?
Now we step. Your first steps on St. Joe's. Was it a breath of fresh air? Was it a new light? Was it a transformation? It's like, hey, that's Villanova, Marv.
Right.
This is St. Joe's.
Right.
Marv. Hey, when you open that door, this is a whole new thing here.
Whole new ball game.
Right.
Whole new ball game.
This was Villanova. Now you got this to right from St. Joe's.
Correct.
That's how you felt?
Correct. And
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, you got to sit out a year.
Yeah.
So that gives you another chance to get your mind off the game, get in the books a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no pressure. See, I think a lot of people don't understand the pressure that comes with playing college basketball, man. It's crazy.
Okay.
And if you've never done it on a high level, you wouldn't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times you be pounding jokers, but you don't know what they're dealing with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know, so I tend to lay off folks.
Yeah,
If you ain't never been through the ranks, you being ignorant a little bit about the situation.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, but now I get to come over St. Joe's. I'm a little closer to the hood a little bit. I'm I'm down there in Winfield, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? I got Naeem Crenshaw in the building,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
So I got Naeem Crenshaw. I got Dre Howard. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Overbrook's finest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it feels a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit better.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? So it was a great transition.
It was a great trip. So, guess what happened if you didn't notice? Family came back.
No question.
See, you said Rel took you under the wing, then Gratz became a family. Pub Champ, family. When you went to Villanova, it was business.
Business.
You stepped to St. Joe's, sat out a year.
Right.
Guess what? Family.
Family. Family came back into play. Now, even though we still at the collegiate level, man. So business is still involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, man, the coach need a new contract. It's how he feed his family, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, but I knew how to deal with it a little bit better. Now, I understand it a little bit more. You know what I mean? So I try not to personalize everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just roll with the punches, man.
Right.
And so that's yeah. So that's kind of what happened, man. You know, around some more pub guys. You know what I mean? Closer to home.
Yeah.
And when it was time to step on the court, you know, they handed me the keys. You know what I mean? More importantly. So I went from having no leash to having some of the longest leashes in the A-10. Yeah. Like, guys, go play basketball. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I know how to do that. I almost was second guessing myself at some point.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's it was major, bro.
So that's why you said your play wasn't good in Villanova. You get with the family, they give you the keys. Your play takes it up another level, more notches up. Put us there at that spot where your gameplay
Correct.
up another notch.
Correct. And a lot of that comes from the coaches.
Okay.
I mean, if you got any player, I mean, and you tell him, listen, man, I'm behind you 100%. You know, you just naturally play better.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not looking over your shoulder, looking at the horn, checking if the horn, that's for me.
Right.
You know, because you just naturally play better when you got the confidence of the coach and the confidence of yourself.
Right.
You're almost invincible at
Right.
that point. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what happened.
Right. Now, your play got better. You take St. Joe's to some of the places they never been, ranked in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that environment for us. Put us there, because they want to know about how Marv played in that environment and how you felt in that environment. Before the game, in the game, and after the game. Because you got to tell us how you felt before the game. You got to tell us how it was in the game and afterwards.
Well, I'm gonna put you on this, right? Playing for Gratz, it kind of aligned you for the moment.
Gotcha.
Something that Southern didn't do and Bach didn't do, and some of the other schools in the city didn't do. We played against Tracy McGrady and I played against Baron Davis in my senior year. You know, I played against Keith Bogans and Joe Forte. I'm used to this. I went to ABCD with Colby and Rip. I'm used to this.
Right.
This not nothing new to me.
Right.
You know, so I'm equipped to come in this arena and do what I'm comfortable doing, playing ball.
Right.
You know, if you ask you ask Ya, you ask Donnie, any of those guys about playing ball, and then you ask them about, have you ever did a large lecture, right, in front of your classroom with 18 people versus 20,000 people, they say standing up talking in front of the 18 people was more nerve-wracking than playing in front of 20,000.
Right.
Because that's your comfort zone. That's easy to do for when we come from.
Right.
You know what I mean? We ducking bullets.
Yeah.
You know, you ducking issues.
Right.
You know, parents getting high.
Yeah.
You know, playing basketball it was a joke. You know, so my level of focus going into the tournament, especially after a guy went on record, it said, yeah, I ain't really familiar with this guy, or who this guy is. You know what I mean? So that came across my desk a little bit quite before the game.
Who's the guy?
Casey Jacobson. Yeah. You know, playing against the Collins twins and that guy.
Number one team in the nation.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, we remember that game vividly.
And you know, and like I said, I just did what I've done before. You know, you get in a zone and you get busy. You seen Donnie do it against Colby.
Yeah.
You seen She do it against Kentucky.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not no strangers to a stage and getting busy.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing, man. Mind you, 2 weeks before that, and I scored 18 points in 50-something seconds. Something that's never been done in basketball history. Dang, kid, hold up. The kid from the projects.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let's rewind. Boy from the projects, from South Philly, little community, right?
Yeah.
Has done something that never been done in basketball history.
Right.
And you talk about people that scored a bean before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to score 18 in 50 seconds It's something that's never been done. Tracy McGrady got close.
Yeah.
You know, Reggie Miller got close. Even Isaiah Thomas got close.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just something that's on your resume that you could say what you want about the kid because he's done something that's never been done in basketball history. From South Philly, kid, come from nothing.
Yeah.
It's just special, man.
Yeah.
It's special. And a lot of times we always talk about what somebody can't do and never put an emphasis on what they can do. Yeah, he can't really shoot that good. The kid can't handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, he getting a quarter and he can't shoot. And there's something wrong.
Right.
Because he's effective.
Right.
You know, he's
Yeah.
effective.
Right.
And people don't understand, they don't get that.
Right.
You know, so you take Akeem Olajuwon, look to be the most skilled big man I've seen.
Okay.
And you take a guy like Abdul-Jabbar,
Mm-hmm.
who had a few moves,
Mm-hmm.
but the effectiveness is the same.
Okay.
It's the same. You're like, yeah, that's boring. I don't like seeing that. You got the guy up and under jokers,
Yeah.
jabbing him and all like that looks great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the effectiveness is the same.
Right.
And that's what people, you know, the basketball gurus fail to mention. Yo, that guy's effective without no handle. This guy's effective. He can't shoot a lick,
Right.
but he's effective. And that's
Right.
like you had to wonder how.
Yeah.
How? You don't think Jokers knew he couldn't handle?
Right.
You don't think Jokers knew he couldn't shoot?
Right.
Yeah, back up off him. It didn't work. It didn't work. You know,
Right.
in college we watch film,
Right.
hours of film. It don't work if you can play.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it's about, man.
So you in the tournament. Let's put it all together because I'm putting the pieces together.
Right.
Pashup Projects,
Right.
South Philly. Did you take that and put it on your back when
No,
you was in the
no
tournament?
question.
So when you was in the tournament, playing against the guys that, you know, he said what he said, Casey,
Right.
#1 team, did you put South Philly and Pashup on your back and play that game?
On your back because you're the representation of that.
Right.
You know, so that's on your back and all the people that's rooting for you back home.
Right.
You know, and so mind you, before that we played Georgia Tech and we had a little scuffle before the game even started.
Wow.
You know, because guys talking about, you know, little 8-10 guys and all that, we ACC boys and all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It got them right out of there. Like,
Right.
Like with Tiffany.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you lace
yeah.
your shoes up just like I do.
Right.
You know, and that's crazy 'cause I come from the Big East, though. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it was nothing new to me. You
Right.
know, and that Nova season, I played against Kentucky and Duke, which is non-conference. I played against UConn a few times.
Mhm.
El Amin and them guys.
Yeah.
Felipe Lopez and Zenda Hamilton and Ryan Artest and them guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm equipped.
Mhm.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You know, so that's not nothing that you shy away from.
Right. So you got them on your back.
No question.
It's like, let me put you there. So you go past a guy, you go for a layup, and it's easy because you've been through the trenches.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You've been through the worst, so this is nothing. Can you like transpire what I'm saying into that moment?
Yeah. All right. I can transpire what you're saying. So you got me, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about Passion Projects, right?
Yeah.
So you can't forget, right? I got a Andre Howard I talked about.
Yeah.
From up North Philly, Glenwood, around Brewer and Glenwood.
Yeah.
You got Naeem rooting them around here from the Overbrook section. But I got a gangster coming from the slums of Chester with me too.
Yeah.
Cause he lived the same life I lived.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You should have seen his face.
Yeah.
Hey, cause these guys, hey, I'm nothing scared of these guys, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like when you got that kind of arsenal.
You know, you talking about Jameer Nelson?
Yes.
You're talking about Jameer
Yeah, I
Nelson?
said I had a gangster from Chester right next to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he looking at me like let's go, kid. You know how it is. Like, let's
Yeah.
go one time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we did. You know what I mean? We had them jokers on the ropes. You know what I'm saying? With about 2 minutes that we up a few and we let it get away from us. But just to go out there and put out that kind of effort, man. I mean, based on that from that game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got my own ESPN Sports Century about my life. Not too many people know that. So ESPN came to my house and walked through the projects, and it was shut down at the time to do a documentary on my life, which is it's like a modern day 30 for 30. You know
Okay.
when Sports Century
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out?
yeah, yeah.
I got my own.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Never testimony, man.
Yeah.
It's a testimony to
Right.
just the work that you put in. You know,
Mhm.
when you put that stuff on your resume, and how many people would say that ESPN came, we was down 21st and Oakford, I got a cut and all that. We moving around, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just mean, man. What that orange thing could do for you if you do right by it, though.
Wow. So how was your relationship with the gangster from Chester, Jameer Nelson?
Oh, excellent relationship.
Yeah.
Stand-up dude from the beginning. And one thing he liked about me is that he like, damn, that dude played hard.
Okay.
Like, you know, he was like, yeah, I could play with him.
Okay.
And that's what I did. I just gave everything I had every time out. You know, you hear AI say it all the time. You know, I played every game like it was my last. I kind of understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's where we had the connection. I had the fire, and he was a cool dude that just went about his business. You know what I mean? And we compliment each other real well. Yeah. And then what happens? Then we welcome in Delonte. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Another joker kind of like me. Right. Crazy as I don't know what. You know, you know what I'm saying? Crazy. Right. But hey, yo, you come from a rough situation too. Right. So you seen his hunger and his passion. Right. Like when you see it, man, it's like, wow.
And that year when Delonte came, y'all was ranked, what, 9th in the country?
Yeah. Yeah, we was ranked.
The highest for St. Joe's?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, before they, you know, actually was #1 at one time after that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that was just to, you know, to say that's my young boys, you know what I mean? And at some point, I took the pressure off them. Right. You know what I mean? Because when defense, it was trying to stop Boy, he averaging 20 plus. Let's try to stop him. The little guy from Chester, we might could live with that. But if Boy get rolling, we might have a problem. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I took a lot of pressure off the freshmen and the sophomore guys, you know what I'm saying? As being an older guy, man. And them guys appreciated that, man. And we gelled really well.
Right. Now, did you think it was better for you to enter the draft coming out of the tournament or the next year?
Well,
because the masses would like to know.
Well, and I'm here to tell the masses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think the people
we all want to know this.
Yeah, there's a lot of times people don't understand the dynamics of the NBA and how the whole operation works. Now, yeah, I was hot at the time. Yeah. I was hot. I wasn't as hot as you thought, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I reached back to the league and found out who was who and what was what. And they're like, you hot, you know what I mean? But you kind of low on the board, you know what I mean? I mean, just think, that draft, Gilbert Arenas went second round. That same draft that I'd have stuck my neck out there, he went second round in Arizona. Right. So, you know what I mean? Jameer Nelson was Player of the Year in the United States of America, right? And he was 8 or 9 spots from falling to the second round. Naismith hold up. He was Naismith Player of the Year, and he went 20. That don't happen. So you have to be very careful with how you move. Okay. So yeah, you get caught up in the but it's not what you think. You know what I mean?
So not to cut you off, I want you to elaborate more on this. That's where it go back to the business.
Correct.
It's about the business.
Correct.
Right? And that's where you had to take what you did easy, playing basketball. Right. And now handle the business. Correct. Because this is your life, this is your future. Correct. And that's where you went back to the business. Can you elaborate more on that?
Correct. Yeah, so like I said, I talked to a few guys, NBA guys, talked to a few agents as well. You know what I mean? They got all the scoop for me. And it was like, it's probably in your best interest, you know what I mean, to do it one more time. You know what I mean? Wow. To do it one more time. So I took their advice, you know what I mean, which was good advice at the time. So I come back a senior season, ranked really high, and we collectively didn't really have a season that we should have had, which some stock had dropped at that time, you know what I mean? So I got a call from Orlando, come on down. Yeah. I was with the Magic, Summer League, played really well. But then I got a call, agent say, I got this on the table. Said, this on the table for me? Yeah, this right here on the table. So I said, all right, do I chase the dream? Or do I take this on the table? Hey, my man, let me get this. That's on the table. Right. You know what I mean? I might have a plane ticket for you in 2 days, and I'm gone. I'm going. Played in the toughest leagues, top dollar in the toughest leagues in Europe. Tax-free money. A lot of people don't know that as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at that point, I just had to do what was more beneficial for my family at the time, which ended up being being a great situation for me.
So you didn't chase the dream.
Well,
you chase reality.
But I'm gonna tell you something, Q. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think people know what the dream is.
Right.
Let's do a flip flop.
Okay.
Tell kids, stand in front of 50 kids and say, the NBA just lowered their wages to $8 an hour, and McDonald's at $3.5 million a year. How many people want to flip burgers, and how many people want to go to the league? That ain't the dream, bro. That ain't the dream. Is to make the money to improve your life.
Right.
The dream is really not to play basketball.
Right.
So yeah, it's a league. No, it's really about dollars and cents.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you know what? The dream came true for me.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm in a good situation, man.
Oh.
And I'm and to that round ball.
Right.
And some of the money I made and some of the resources I got, it's unlimited, bro.
Right.
It's unlimited.
Right.
It's just been a blessing.
Right. So, real quick, with all that being said, is there anything this Marvin O'Connor can tell the young Marvin O'Connor at 14, the freshman at Grants, and the freshman at Villanova?
You know what? I'm gonna say no, because if you don't go through the trials and tribulations, you don't build the character.
So nothing you.
I wouldn't
It's
tell them
nothing. It's
nothing.
nothing. Like you just say, hey, let me holler at you, Mark. Do this different. Just that one thing. Don't do that. Do this different. Is it anything?
One thing I would tell him.
One thing you would tell him.
I don't know. I don't know because from a human perspective and the way I carried myself, it's pretty much on point. Like I said, I was always a great student. You know what I mean? I got a college degree.
Yeah.
I've done some things. But if you, again, like I said, if you take away some trials and tribulations that comes with the life, because you can't save people from life.
Yeah.
And I don't care. You could tell your kids anything you want. Hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do this. I did that. But he or she has to go through life.
Right.
And after that, I told you.
Right.
And I've been there.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you can't save them. So I would rather go through, take the bumps and bruises, and become the man that I am today.
Wow.
A great character. You know what I mean? And it comes from that.
Yeah.
It comes from the life lessons and the things you learn.
Okay. So that character was built.
It's built.
It's built.
It's built.
Okay. Now, T, you got any questions you want to ask, Mark? I mean, we here now.
Did you idolize or pattern your game at anyone when you started learning the game?
Nah, I mean, I was a big Isaiah Thomas fan, and that's where the 11 came from. I liked him over Jordan, but I quite naturally, with the pat he had, I ain't patting my game that's for sure. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I can't think about nobody in particular. And like I was telling him, a lot of the old heads in my neighborhood kind of gave me that grit and that toughness that you needed to survive. When you're moving around, and that's what happens. You got 20,000 of the fans there, and you got the whole city watching at home. It's the grit and the toughness that get you through.
Right.
Because I ain't gonna lie, it's probably easy to freeze up in that moment, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come with a crazy story when you go home on how you had the flu and your back hurt and your foot was acting up all of a sudden. People do that, you know, but the grit, that fire, man.
Now, with that grit and that fire, I'm glad you said that. Because that's a thing. I was telling Sheed that. It's a thing with South Philly basketball players. We come with the grit. Now, when you watch Miami Heat games, Bull Thunder games, and Old Cavalier games, do you see a lot of Dion and you? Like, Do you think, like, when you see Dion, do you see yourself?
I mean,
Because he's from there.
I mean, one thing, like I said, he got it, and he understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I never ever say anything about the way he go about his business, with his toughness. You know what I mean? Sometimes he may not always make the smartest plays.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that comes with growing pains and learning, you know, playing at the high level that he plays at. But I'll never question his heart. I tell you that.
Right.
I never question his heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just think if he can get under, you know, a good umbrella that can hone in on some of the mental mistakes that he makes, you know, that'll take his game from where it is, because he's like a 13 or 14 point guy to possibly, you know, in the lower 20s, possibly.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he makes mental mistakes, you know. But that's like I said, man, he got in the league because he was a kid. So it comes with the territory, you know what I mean?
Right.
But hopefully as he grown, he's been around 5-6 seasons,
Yeah.
you know, got the big check, got some things off,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, so maybe he could relax, take a
Right.
deep breath,
Okay.
you know what I mean? But I hope he just got the right people in his corner to just help him understand the mental part, because he got this. He understand that, but I just think he has mental lapses sometimes. That's why he's not as consistent.
Okay.
And sometimes Dion look like an all-star,
Right.
and then sometimes you question him like, "Hey, you having a 6 or 7 game slide? Like, what are you doing?"
Right.
You know what I mean? And you gotta understand why. You know, you don't get that consistency. You know what I mean? And going for that next check, he gonna have to have that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just hope that, you know what I mean, he's in the gym doing what he needs to do, man.
All right. Now, Turk's not here. It's usually Turk time, because he usually talk to the youth. I want you to take the time, because prior, you were supposed to open up a rec center.
Right.
Is that still in the
Right.
works?
I don't know. I kind of you know, I got the land.
On Chew Avenue,
Yeah, I
right?
bought this
Chew and-
big piece
Chew
of
and High,
land.
right?
Yeah, and I've been trying to reach out to some guys, and I ain't up here to throw anybody under the bus.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave that part alone. But you know, I reached out to some guys from a financing perspective and see if we had the same connection, the same goal. We're trying to help people that come from where we come from.
Right.
Because I mean, come on, who is Marvin O'Connor without Bill Ellerby? You're nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody gets to where they at by themselves, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's this cliche that you don't owe nobody nothing, man. That's not true. Whoever said that you don't owe nobody nothing, that's not true.
Okay. Explain that.
That's not true.
Go
That's
deeper.
not true. Because
Go
like
deeper.
I just said, you get to where you get by the mentors in your life, the family support, and you owe them. Hold on. And what I mean by that, it don't have to be about money. It don't have to be about money all the time. But I'm gonna tell you who we really do owe. We owe somebody that's 8 and 9 that looked in somebody's eyes like you did and got to jump them hurdles that you had to jump.
Right.
You owe them an opportunity, huh? Because somebody gave you an opportunity.
Yeah.
That's all of us.
Yeah.
You know, you got Rel Stokes left from Slayton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a dark place.
Yeah.
She Bay went from the Mills in a dark place.
Yeah.
And look who they are today. They're
Yeah.
successful people. It ain't happened by yourself.
Right.
You know? So you owe somebody a chance, an opportunity.
Right.
Like I said, it ain't about money, because I think when people say that, it's all about money.
Yeah.
You gotta give me something. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, that's cool. But you owe somebody a chance because you know that the resources in our urban communities are limited.
Very limited.
So you owe me an opportunity. Give me a chance to try to better myself like somebody gave you. I mean, you had the talent, but sometimes it ain't all about just the talent.
Okay.
It's about, you know, the people connecting the dots for you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's very, you know.
Okay. So what can you tell these young kids out here who want to go to college, who want to be in your position to see themselves in a tournament, working on his game right now? He's 12, he's 13. Talk to him right now. What he has to work on, mentally and physically.
Well, the first thing I would have to tell him, and I would hope that his parents would be there, because this is a twofold answer.
Yeah.
That you have to be able to take constructive criticism. And I think that's a problem with the younger kids. I can't say nothing negative about you. See, back in the day, you used to say, "Cuz you garbage," and I was trying to prove that I ain't garbage.
Right.
So you say you garbage, they say, "Oh, Ed, you hate." Well,
Right.
hold up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So constructive criticism is quite natural. Is when I'm telling you something, right, that's bad or that's flawed. You know what I mean? And my intentions is on trying to help you make it better. I'm not just talking to down you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So parents don't know how to take it when it's about their kid. They don't know how to take it.
No, they don't.
You know, and it's crazy because the parents are our age
Right.
or older. So
Yeah.
it's a little mind-boggling.
Yeah.
So if I can't tell you nothing,
Right.
where do we stand?
Where do we stand? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you get with the guys with the suit and the ties on that come out and watch the games, and you can't take constructive criticism, this may not be for you.
Right.
You know, because you gotta know how to take that.
Yeah.
And you know, gotta have thick skin. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened to it.
Right.
We used to have it, you know?
Yeah.
But it's somehow it's gone.
Right.
Everything negative is perceived as hate.
Right.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
So I think that's what it is.
So that's one of the main.
That's one of the main elements. I gotta be able to tell you what you got going on. But see, I don't want to just tear you down without building you up. That's something that us in the African American community don't do. We just tear you down and leave you there.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm gonna tell you something, young boy 13,
Okay.
young boy XYZ, and then you wanna try and revert back to when you was 13
Yeah.
in 89, because you can't do that.
Yeah.
So you tell him, you say, listen, man, XYZ, and on the flip side, I'll help you.
Exactly.
What happened to that part?
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
a bum.
You're a
And
bum.
then leave
Just
him like
leave
that.
him
Come
there.
on, man. You
Right.
don't do him like that. Like
Right,
he got
right.
aspirations just like you had.
Yeah.
They don't do him like that, man. But,
Right.
So it's kind of tough, man.
Now that's the mental part, the physical part. What would you tell like a 13, 14? He's a freshman in high school. What would you Marv, say, hey, listen, young fella, you need to work on this. You need to do this. You need to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say that from a physical perspective, conditioning is probably at its all-time high. With all this inverted max and all this stuff they got going on now, and dribbling with 69 basketballs on the Globetrotter tip. I mean, they got a lot of stuff. They got a lot of stuff going on, but conditioning
Right.
is it.
Right.
Because if you're tired, right, no
Uh-huh.
matter how good you are, you're not that good when you're tired.
Right.
So conditioning, at that age, I'm not real big on like lifting weights and that kind of stuff. And I
Yeah.
think that can hinder growth, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But conditioning, I mean, you always can do calisthenics and the push-ups and like that.
Right.
I think conditioning is where it's at.
So that's the key thing.
That's the key.
So constructive criticism and conditioning.
Conditioning and being ready.
So what do you mean by being ready?
Being ready. Being ready.
Explain that to me.
Being ready. I mean, we all in our 40s here
Yeah.
at the table, and what we do know is opportunity. When they knock, you gotta be able to open the door,
Okay.
because they don't knock that often.
Right.
You know, so when it's time for you to get off the bench and they call your name
Right.
and you wasn't paying attention and you're not ready, then you may have lost the opportunity. And that goes the same thing with going to work.
Okay.
You know, or getting a promotion at the job.
Right.
You gotta be ready.
Okay.
You gotta be ready, and a lot of times you're not ready.
Yeah.
You just living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta
Yeah.
be ready, man. The kids have to understand what, like I said, about that opportunity. Don't knock that often, bro.
I'm a piggy bank off that. You said a lot of kids these days are just living.
Just living.
They say I'm a basketball player. They don't eat right. They don't condition.
Correct.
They just hop on the court. They do one or two moves. He's good. You tell them, young fella, work on your left hand. Oh, here you hating that. I ain't trying to hear that.
Right.
But you're trying to help them out.
Correct.
Hey, when they come this way and they double team and they force you left,
Right.
you weak.
Correct.
No. And then they pluck him a few times.
Right.
See, oh, here, now I ain't in my game. Now he put his head, I don't want to play no more. Because guess what? They just live it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what
And then
you're
I come back to the court and say, and brag about a sneak they got on that their mom paid for, or about a shirt they got on. Because they're not worrying about the game no more. They're worrying about all the other things. They're not worrying about the game.
Right.
Mental, to me, the mental with this game for these youngsters is gone.
I agree with you.
Where did it stop? The mental part, where did the toughness go? Where did the desire go? Where did it go? Around what time did it just stop? It just, because I'm looking at guys now, and I'm looking at these youngsters, and it's like, all right, I got a little jump shot. That's it.
Right.
That's where you gonna stop at, young fellas?
Right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Right.
I'm ranked, and I'm better than all these guys. Where? You got a little jump shot. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So elaborate on that for me.
Well, I don't know. I think that probably went away in like maybe the mid 2000s, where like social media and technology started to take over.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You look. I mean, we do it too. So I don't want to say about them. A lot of times your head be down so long in a day, right? Like
Yeah.
Like your neck, right? You gonna have some issues with your neck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you get a little older.
Uh-huh.
But we doing that. We 35, 40, and we
Yeah.
getting to try iCloud this and this that and the other.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is how they raised. This is how they came up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This is how they came up. I saw something on the Instagram where it was a cartoon, and at the top of the cartoon it had a mom pulling their son in, and you see the basketball kind of bouncing away, like kind of get in the house. And at the bottom of the cartoon, the same mom and the same kid, it had the basketball was bouncing and pulling him out the house.
Yeah.
And that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Pulling him out the house.
To go play ball.
Yeah, because there's nobody outside.
Nobody's outside.
Nobody outside.
Nobody outside. You go to 30th and Ward in South Philly, it used to be packed.
Because
All these
nobody
brand new
outside.
courts.
Yeah, brand new
Nobody
courts.
home.
Nobody's out there. in the
Nobody
summertime.
outside, bro.
It's ridiculous.
Nobody's working on their game. I used to see, God rest his soul, I used to see Rasul Ball out there, 6'15", corner to corner, just working on his jump shot, working on his craft. I said, what you doing out here this early? He said, I'm going to make it because I love this.
Wow.
6'15".
That speaks volumes, man.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cats now, or when I got a game over here, yeah, we play at 6:30. All right. And you go back in the house.
It's crazy. It is. It is. And a lot of the kids that you even see working out, there's always an adult around, which seems to me as he took him somewhere, not something he said, yo, this is what I want to do. He took him to the gym and worked him out.
Okay.
Now, I mean, did he ask you, did he want to go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just don't see it. And it's unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
So, Marv, before we leave, what you want to leave the people with, man? Because your aunt, guy from Pashaw, Veer, went to the family in Gratz, Villanova, left that situation, went to St. Joe's tournament, and you took the opportunity. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you're doing right.
Right.
Entrepreneur.
Right.
Store owner. Everything's looking good from here on out.
Yeah.
What you want to leave the people with, man?
I just want to leave the younger generation with this phrase is, use the game and kind of don't let the game use you.
Okay.
Too many people is walking out of universities, don't have a piece of paper. They play 4 or 5 years, but then they leave paperless.
Wow.
The thing that lasts you a lifetime.
Right.
So I just encourage, like I said, I got unlimited resources from the game. Unlimited resources from the game.
Right.
And I just encourage guys that if you're going to play the game and take it serious, use it. Use it the right way and just don't play it and not get nothing out of it.
Got you.
And that's what I would like to leave with.
Oh, man. It was a pleasure to have you,
I
Marv.
appreciate you, man.
Listen, man, before you go, who's better? Sad Eye or Red? Because I'm going to have a round table soon. North Philly, Southwest, we all get it. I just want to know from your perspective, real quick before you roll, because I got 2 minutes.
This is what I say, man.
Yeah, be honest, man.
I'm
Be honest, man. Be honest. And it
I mean,
ain't a South Philly thing. Be honest.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
I just think you talk about body of work. You talk about resume.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go with Rab Town.
Okay. That sounds good.
You got to go with Rab Towns. It don't have nothing to do with where I'm from. Because I spent more time in North Philly than I did in South at some point.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that don't have nothing to do with it. I know them guys up there in Diamond Street and all that.
Yeah.
I went to school with them guys. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I seen Rab and I seen Sad.
Yeah.
You know, and both of them got busy. I just think Sad don't have the resume. I mean, when you look at Because when you look at Rav's stats, sometimes it's mind blowing.
Right.
You just gotta be honest, cause he didn't play in 2006, bro.
Yeah.
He played in 91
Yeah.
with gangsters, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause we
Yeah.
all know how it was in the 90s, 91, 89,
Yeah.
94. It's like, damn, this joint crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? When last time you seen somebody 3 or 4 people 6'11"? They don't have it. You just don't have it. The guys in the post on jump hooks are 6'4" and a half. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I would say, just because of resume, he would have to get my 9.
So we going with
He would get
Kareem.
my.
Y'all hear this? YouTubers,
Yeah, he would get my 9.
everywhere, live stream, Facebook, wherever. Marvin O'Connor said because of the resume, Kareem Rap Towns. So this is it. It was a beautiful interview.
appreciate you
Love you,
again.
man.
Oh,
Thank you
man,
for
the
coming
love
out,
is
man.
mutual, man.
This is the Frequency Show. I'm Q Wiley. That's the Freak. This is Marv, and special guest to LeVar UC, man. Thank y'all.